Who's he?
Kentman!
He's not important!
Okay. Hello, gamers and collectors. It's your boy Kentman, and we are here to talk about one of my favorite franchises, and that is Neptunia. Neptunia is one of my favorite franchises to talk about because it's always the games that just keeps on giving. It doesn't matter what they bring, we're going to enjoy it like a good old McDonald's McDouble. You know, I just can't get enough. And they have a brand new game coming out for the West that's technically already out in Japan called Neptunia versus Dongos. Titan Dongo in Japan, but just Dongo over here. I don't know why they changed it, but whatever. Maybe because they didn't want to get confused or any problems with Attack on Titans, because that's essentially what they're borrowing off of, but you know, it is what it is. But they have a release date for the game now, which is January 28th, and they showed off the collector's editions and all the things you can get within the game, and we're going to go through all that today, as well as just talk about my overall feels and thoughts about this game in particular. One thing before we get into the collector's edition and all the stuff that you can get with it, you have to know that this is going to be a very, very short game. It's like a small game where you get to ride around on a motorcycle with Izumi, Neptune, Blanc, Noir, Vert, and I think older Nep is going to be there. And that's pretty much all the characters. Now they could release other characters in the future from either Rom and Ram, and Netgear, and Uni, but as for right now, it's only the first 6 main characters of the game. And you know, you just ride around on a motorcycle collecting Dongos and then taking them to their respective places as you fight a giant Titan looking Dongo, and that's essentially the game. The game doesn't really have a lot going on for it, but I mean, it still has a lot of cool things that's a part of it. You have Dongo Daycare. Choose from 6 playable characters, score the land on the trusty bike, and collect as many variant of Dongos as possible to win. As players progress through the 15 Dongo field stages, Yuzumi must find a way to snap her friends out of their weird fascination with Dongos. So everyone is fascinated with Dongos and they just want all the Dongos, and Yuzumi, being the main character of this game, which is cool that she's a main character after so long, is the one that's trying to bring everyone back to normal. This is a brand new dimension that is different from the game industry that we know and love, but it's going to be kind of similar in some ways where it has the same characters, but it's going to be a whole new dimension. I'm assuming like the Titan dimension or the Dongo dimension or whatever dimension they come up with next. You're trying to escape from an otherworldly realm, and a lone rider surveys the mysterious world in search of an exit. The Dongo's bounty hunter. Collecting Dongos can be a cinch, but stealing Dongos is a whole nother ballgame. Certain characters shine more in close combat, while others excel in long-range attacks. Find the strengths and weaknesses of cores to become a true Dongo bounty hunter. So each character will have its own strengths and weaknesses, and you just can't just use one character for every type of situations. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about playing. Now, of course, I don't think it's going to be too complicated where you can't just use your favorite character if you choose to do so. But if you want the full potential of the game, you have to use other characters within the game. The good thing is that Neptunia has great characters that you can choose from already. So, I mean, you don't really have too much to worry about in that department. Those Dongos do a bite back. As squishy and adorable as these Dongos are, some can be quite the menace. Each Dongo has a specific types of behaviors, as well as positive and negative effects when collecting them. By learning the positive and negative effects of a Dongo, you can use them to your advantage and even throw the nasty ones to your opponent. So I guess you could use them pretty much as a like stun and abilities. Could probably like water, fire effects, maybe. I'm assuming. Stunt your bite. Want to show off your bride in the next bite meet? Impress or scare Dongos by altering the bike's body, muffler, tires, and other accessories. These customizations can give the goddess increased defense, max speed, and acceleration and movability. these upgrades can ultimately give you the winning edge. So you at least get customization on your bike, and it is a cool premise for a game. Now, the fact is this game is going to cost $70 for the Ultimate Edition, but the things that you do get in the game is pretty cool. The stuff that you do get with the collector's edition is pretty cool. You get, of course, the physical game. You get a Net Bike magazine art book, which shows all the different things in the game from the key art and all that, but it looks like a magazine cover, which is pretty cool. And then you get a couple of stickers, you get the official soundtrack, you download the code for Neptunia's bike riders, you get a code for Neptunia riders versus Dongo's costume. If you do get the collector's edition, you'll get a download code for Neptunia, Yuzumi, Noir, Blanc, and Vert. And also you get a swimsuit costume, acrylic costume, and a race queen costume, reversible cover sleeves, and exclusive trading cards of all the favorite girls. You got one with Yuzumi and Neptune herself, Noir, Blanc, and then Vert, which all look very sexy and very kawaii. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe for more, because my goal is to hit 10K by the end of the year. And with your help and support, I can definitely do that. With that being said, I am Kentman, and I will see you in the next video next time. Bye me.